Hey, it's Rob and welcome to Axel's Garage. Today we're in Axel's workshop, and what we got up here are old, crappy fluorescent light fixtures. And these lights have been up here for 16 years. Now, 16 years ago when I first put them up, this center light here, there's one over the camera so that you really can't see. And then there's one right here, and there's one down on the end. They're two bulb, old school fluorescent light fixtures, nothing fancy. They've been here 16 years. They all worked 16 years ago. This middle one started giving me a problem, and I was twisting the bulbs, taking them in and out, switching bulbs, and finally it wouldn't light both bulbs consistently. So I just took the bulbs out, and I've been dealing with these two lights. That one's got more of a white light. This one's got more of a yellowy light, but they hum and they suck, and I really don't have good light in here when I'm trying, especially with my old eyes. But 16 years they've been here. I had them before they were here. They were in my garage for 10 years, and then before that, so that's 26 years, and then before that I actually got them from someone who was throwing them away. So these things are probably 30, 40 years old, and they suck. So let me move the camera. We started researching some LED lights that we can use in this room and in another project. So I was looking at those cheapo Amazon LED lights, and they make them in T5s and T8s. And most of them are, especially the real cheapo ones, most of them give you like a 6500 or a 6000 plus K color temperature in the light, which kind of is starting to hinge on a little bit of a blue hint to it. And I really don't like that that blue hint. I like the daylight white, which is about 5000 K on the color temperature. And I was able to find a set. All right, and it's Barrina is the brand name. There it is. And we got a set of 8, and a set of 8 we think is going to do what we need to do. I think we're going to put 3, possibly 4 in here. Now these are 4-foot light fixtures. They got about an 8 to 10 inch leg of Romex between each fixture, but I think I don't need the light going all the way down the end the way I have it, because that's just a file cabinet I use for storage down there. It's not like I'm doing any work down there. The workbench is on this side, and on this side I have another workbench. So what I was thinking of doing with these lights was putting them not centered in this small room. This room is only about 8 feet wide, but it's about 16 feet long. So what my plan was to put 3 going across on this side where the big long workbench is, and just a little off center on this side so that they're over the workbench, and then bring a 4th one and have that 4th one go over this bench here, which is a smaller bench. This way, no matter which bench I'm working on, I have the light actually over me. And 4 of these lights, I think these are 20 watt, maybe? I don't know. I'll have all the specs in the description below, along with a link for the lights. Like an idiot, I wanted to do this a couple weeks ago, but what I did was I found the lights that I wanted. It was a set of 8. I put them in my Amazon cart to buy at a later time, and lo and behold, I got Amazoned. And what I mean by that is, they became unavailable. And I'm like, shit, you gotta be kidding me. So then for the next 4 or 5 days, I kept searching until they became available again. As soon as they became available again, I went and I bought them. And they took about a week to get, which isn't bad, but, on Amazon standards, a week to get is actually pretty slow. But it was Christmas time. So we're a couple days before New Year's, so it was Christmas time, and I didn't need them in a hurry. It wasn't like I was in a giant hurry for them, so did wait for them, and they came in. So just opened up the box. Let me move the camera, and I'll show you what's in the box. So in the box here, we got a little instruction installation guide, and we got the 8 fixtures. All right, there's really no big wrapping, so if the box comes damaged, chances are one of these lights might be damaged. But they're all bundled together in a strip of 8. Once you split that bundle open, this is really all they are, real thin light. So I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to take 4 out, and I think we're going to use 4 here, and we'll use 4 probably in the other area where I'm looking to put one. If they come out nice and I really like them, I'd consider buying even more for some other spots, the kids' workout room, stuff like that. Alright, so along with the lights, they give you these power strips, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. They give you 4, household current power strips that plug into the light, so that you don't have to wire them all in one string. You really got a lot of flexibility. You could put up to 2 lights, 4 strings of 2 lights each if you wanted to. Then they give you these extension cables where you could tie the lights together, and these are about 3 feet long. I guess maybe they're 4 feet. They might even be, I'll tell you right now. They are 4 feet long. So you got 4 feet long extensions. How many did we get of them? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So they give you 7 extensions. And they give you a bunch of the installation clips and screws. Get the little... So you get the mounting clips with screws, and then you got these little connectors so that you can actually put the lights butted up against each other if you wanted to. And then they give you, also in the package, are the end block-off plates, so you can put them in the end of the lights. So that's where the power plugs in, right here. You could put in a little end block-off on the end so that there's no open electrical tips, or you could put these in and you could butt the lights right up together. And haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do here, but we'll start laying it out and we'll see. Alright, the one thing I forgot to mention is they do give you 2 hardwire ends if you choose to use that, and we might hardwire because we do have a box in the unfinished ceiling before it goes into the first light fixture. So we might be able to use these if they're kind of short. I wish they were about double the length. It would make a lot more sense. I could always, if they are too short, I could always cut one of these, because I don't need 4 of these. So I could always cut one of these, and I have a little more length then. Now, what I need to do is figure out how off-center to put the light. So see how this workbench is 14 feet long. It's 12 or 14 feet long, and it's actually, the workbench is 16 feet long, so the room is probably 18 feet. I don't know. Anyway, the first part of the workbench, where I have a wood top, is 26 inches off the wall, and the part where I have the stainless top is 30 inches off the wall. So I want to put the light so that if I'm working here, it's not being blocked by my head, and I don't want to put it so close to the wall that any shelves that I put up on the wall, because I do plan on putting some shelves on the wall, not big shelves, maybe coming out a foot tops. So I'm going to lose a foot there. So a foot is going to put me there, and then I'm working right here. So if I go 20 inches, that would put my light here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 20 inches off the wall. That will put my light right here, so if I'm working here, it's not going to be blocking it. So I'm going to, while I still have the fluorescent lights up and I have good light in the room, I'm going to mark 20 inches off the first ceiling joist on that end and 20 inches off the last ceiling joist on this end, and snap a chalk line. This way I know exactly where I want the line of lights to go, so that they're not going down the room looking like this, kind of stupid. So I'm going to get that done, and then we can start taking down these lights. And I would guess over here, I can figure out what I'm doing over here on this side after I get these up and on. It might be a little bit easier. All right, so we took the wiring off of the fluorescents, got the switch off. There's no power in this wire. And we snapped our line at about 20 inches. It was 20 1/8, it turned out. Why? Because my first pencil mark was at 20 1/8 instead of 20. And we got one up so far. They got these little clips. Here's the clips that fit into a groove on the light. I'll show you what I mean. This is the profile of the light, and these little clips snap in like that and hold it on. The problem, not necessarily a problem, but they come with little tiny screws, and you need a little head on the screw so that the light's not hitting the back of the head when you put the clip in. The problem is, here's the screw. See if I could get it in there. Right? There's the screw. But if you don't pre-drill, this is what happens to them. They're the really cheap, crappy screws. So I'm using the smallest drywall screws, 1-inch fine thread drywall screws. Not jamming them in real tight because they don't need to be. And I just put 2 more in. Let me see if I can get that camera in a little better. Alright, you can see I got the 2 of them in up there. And now you can take a light, and the light will pop into these brackets. Right, and now I could just slide them in the bracket to butt them up against this one, or I could use the extension. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go yet. I'm going to put the other one in and then see how close or how far they are to see how they look.
Now is it 20 1/8 from which wall?
From this wall here. All right, so we decided on, we went with the 3 down this way, which was perfect for getting light where I wanted it, which was working on the workbench. We went about 1 joist bay, so about 16 inches off the wall on this side, and we're a little more than a joist bay, like a joist bay and a half on that end, which I don't, if you really want to get coverage, you need to go end to end with these lights. Remember, these are just a single strip. These are the T5s. The T8s are a double strip and they're on like a 45, so they do cast a lot more light. These are the T5s. But on this side, I was only going to put the 1, but it still seemed dark in the room overall. So I went and I put 2 over this workbench here, and it seemed to brighten the entire room up and gave me light where I want it. The room still doesn't have the amount of light in it that it did with the 3 fluorescent lights when all 3 were on with 2 bulbs in each. It kind of threw light everywhere in this room. It's a little darker in here overall, but the light is actually where I need it to be, and I'm not wasting light, so to speak, in the areas that I don't need it. I could put a 3rd here to try to balance it out a little bit more, because I do have like a little dark corner over here and a dark corner down there, but I really don't need light there. This is just my lumber storage on this side, and in that corner is just some tool sets that it's just storage. So it's storage for some of the box tool sets that I have in that corner and in that corner on top of those file cabinets. So that's just storage, not my working light. So I think I might leave it like this for now, and if I need to, I'll add a 2nd or a 3rd rather on this side too, so that it's equal, 3 and 3 on each side. But all in all, I like it. Now I just got to wire it into the switch where it went into the fluorescents, which I'm going to use. This here. I like them. It is ample light. I did have, 3 of these in this small space was overkill, so we're used to a little bit of overkill, but this is definitely ample light for the area. If you really wanted a lot of light in here and you went with the T8s, I think you'd be better served with T8s than these, but they are putting out enough light. I don't know. Well, I'll use them and see how I think. I thought it would be brighter in here for some reason. I think the T8s would have probably given me the result that I thought we were going to get. But as far as the lights go, they're nice. They're putting out decent light. They connected together real easy. The wiring is very easy, and they're going to use a lot less power than those three 35-year-old fluorescent fixtures did. So that's all we got today from Axel's Garage down here in Axel's workshop. And let me know what you think in the comments below if you've used these lights. These are the 5000K lights, so they're giving you daylight. You don't get that blue tinge. If you don't mind a little bit of that blue tinge and you go to the 6500, they actually are, my phone's blowing up today. They actually are, I gotta take this. Hello. Alright, sorry about that. That was my my brother. Turns out he was having a little chest discomfort for a couple days and ignored it like an ass, and it turned out he had a heart attack. 70 years old. So when you get some chest discomfort that you know is that kind of pressure and pain through your shoulder and your jaw and shit like that, yeah, go get it checked out. Don't wait a week until the doctor calls you an ass for not getting it checked out. So anyway, here's our lights. Let me know what you think. If you've used them, if you used the T5s or the T8s, what you like better. Maybe in our next project we'll get some T8s and see what they are like. I would expect that if I use T8s, I wouldn't need as many, but it would also be wasting because the T8 kind of casts the light down like that, and I want to get it over my workspace, so then I'd be putting it over my head, and then when you're working on something, it's hitting the back of you into your workspace. This is over your workspace. It's just a different way of doing it. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope you enjoy the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.